Hello, Maggie Palmer. For this week in Britain, I'm visiting Kilgour French in Stanbury, who are one of the top Savile Row tailors in London. It was Henry Poole who first set up shop in Savile Row, becoming in the early days of the 19th century tailor to kings and emperors, Napoleon III for one. Since then, Savile Row has been the byword for the best in men's bespoke tailoring anywhere in the world. But the overheads in rent, materials and the high wages earned by master craftsmen in the tailoring trade have put up prices to such an extent that only the very well-to-do can contemplate ordering a Savile Row suit. This has meant that many of the old established Savile Row names have disappeared. But Kilgour French and Stanbury are not only surviving, they're thriving. And I'm here to find out why. The standards of cut and finish are as high as ever they were, and the company still caters to princes and peers, as well as oil tycoons and financial wheeler dealers.
Morning.
But they aren't just pursuing old traditions.
Slip this off. Well, no, still very good shape after all these years. Now, there's a lovely tweed, beautiful.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Fine, so you can get a nice sort of pale cream shirt or a lovett shirt. Now, let me have a look at this. Yes, that's very good indeed.
When Tommy Nutter, the trend-setting designer, joined the company, he began to attract a very different kind of client, as these paper pattern bags show.
A little narrow, perhaps.
A little narrower,
Don't you
yes.
think?
Yeah, they look a bit wide for me. There we are. Right up to the top so we can see the collar. That's beautiful. It's that sort of non-fitted suit. The sleeves look very good with the checks all matching. The pocket all...
Although trained in Savile Row's time-honored techniques, Tommy Nutter's styling is not confined in the classic mould, but then neither are many of his best customers, among them Joan Collins and Bianca Jagger.
Here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome as for the first time we proudly present an afternoon of elegance and fashion, showing you the garments that go to form the contents of a well-dressed Englishman's wardrobe.
I asked Tommy Nutter why women prefer to be dressed by a gentleman's tailor.
Well, I think they want the authentic silhouette of a man's suit, and it needs to be tailored by a gentleman's tailor. A lady's couturier never seem to get that actual masculine look, which is what the girls like nowadays. They can look really good in a man's suit, and they look even more feminine.
But if this invasion of a male preserve raises a few eyebrows, then the famous British Reserve will take quite a hammering today, because the entire ground floor has been transformed into the setting for a men's fashion show. It's the first time a Savile Row tailoring establishment has ever mounted such a spectacle. The patterns in men's suiting materials are very subtle. The wool mills prepare a display blanket showing every subtle gradation of colour and design. It's from this that the cloth merchant selects the sections he thinks will be popular. But the cut of some of the clothes are enough to give a Savile Row diehard heart failure, although the trendier-minded feel it's what the bespoke tailoring business needs. Certainly, when worn discreetly, there's nothing shocking about this navy blue overcoat, except perhaps its £10,000 price tag. Though it isn't exactly a Savile Row fit, it's gorgeous to wear. It's vicuna on the outside, chinchilla on the inside. Maggie Palmer for This Week in Britain from Kilgour French and Stanbury. Tailors to the gentry and the jet set.